Welcome back, everyone. Today, we're going to be doing a deep dive on Schmitz von Walter.
Oh, yes, Schmitz von Walter.
He's a king of the Rune Midgard's kingdom.
A king?
Yeah, and he's shrouded in quite a bit of controversy.
Quite a bit.
We've got some excerpts here from a few historical texts
Okay.
about the history of the Rune Midgard's kingdom.
Yeah.
And I think our mission today is to figure out how this guy went from promising ruler to tyrannical despot.
Well, it's a story as old as time, unfortunately. You know, someone comes into power, has great potential,
Right.
but then the power corrupts.
Yeah, it seems like that's a common theme
Absolutely.
in a lot of these historical deep dives that we do.
It is, yeah. It's a pattern that repeats throughout history.
It is. Okay, so
Yeah.
the Walter family.
Yes, the Walters.
This is Schmitz von Walter.
Right.
They had kind of fallen from grace.
They had. They were
Yeah.
once, one of the top families, real prominent.
Right.
But they lost some key power struggles
And-
and ended up kind of becoming second-class royalty.
Yeah, and this is where Schmitz's dad Brom comes in.
Right. Braun.
And he has this grand plan.
He does. This is where things start to get interesting.
Yeah, he decides to have Schmitz adopted by the Gaybolg family.
Oh, the Gaybolgs.
The Gaybolgs, yeah, one of the most powerful families in the Rune Midgard's kingdom.
So you can see already how this is a very calculated move.
It's a power play.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
You know, he's setting the stage to get his son closer to the throne.
Right, so, I mean, was this a guaranteed path to the throne?
Well, not exactly. Schmitz was actually third in line for the throne at this point.
Okay.
But, with the Gaybolgs backing him,
Right.
he became a much stronger contender.
So he's got the name recognition and he's got the support.
Exactly. It was a brilliant move by Brom. Very strategic.
Very strategic. So when the old king dies,
Yes,
there's a whole year of deliberations
there is.
before Schmitz is actually chosen as the next king.
A whole year? Can you imagine the political maneuvering going on?
Oh, yeah, the backroom deals,
The debates.
all the alliances.
Yeah, the texts don't really go into detail about what happened during that year.
Right.
It's kind of a black box.
Yeah, but you got to imagine it was pretty intense.
Oh, absolutely.
So Schmitz finally ascends to the throne.
He does.
How is he received by the kingdom?
Well, initially he's actually received quite well.
Okay.
He presents himself as this strong and benevolent leader. He focuses on strengthening the kingdom's infrastructure. He implements some policies that are pretty popular with the people, even leads the army to victory in a few minor skirmishes.
So he's checking all the boxes.
Yeah, he's doing a good job at this point. He seems like a capable ruler.
Yeah, but then things start to change, right?
Well, yeah, I mean, as Schmitz gains more power, he starts to surround himself with advisors who won't challenge him.
Oh,
Yeah, he starts to, listen more to the yes men
right?
and less to the people who are actually giving him sound advice.
And he starts to become a little isolated.
He does. He becomes very isolated.
Yeah.
And detached.
Okay, and he starts to,
Well, one of the more interesting things he does is he builds this arena.
an arena.
An arena.
What's this arena for?
It's designed specifically for combat against demons. Demons.
Okay, so we're talking gladiatorial combat,
Yeah, but with demons.
but with demons.
It was a huge spectacle.
Okay.
People would come from all over the kingdom to watch these battles.
So is this just for entertainment?
Well, I mean, that's part of it, obviously. But some scholars believe that Schmitz was also using these battles to sort of test the limits of his own power, maybe explore the boundaries between the mortal and the demonic.
Interesting. So there's a lot more to this arena
There's a lot more going on beneath the surface.
than meets the eye. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So he's surrounding himself with yes men. He's becoming isolated.
Right.
He's building this arena to fight demons.
And all of this is happening while the kingdom's finances
Right.
are starting to get strained. And there's unrest among the people.
It's a recipe for disaster.
It is.
Yeah. Okay.
It is. And as we'll see in the next part of our deep dive, things are about to get a lot worse.
Okay. So stay tuned because we're about to uncover a family secret that is going to completely rock Schmitz's world
It's a big one.
and change the course of his reign forever.
Absolutely.
All right. See you in part 2.
See you then. So this family secret, this revelation about Schmitz's birth, it's a big one.
It's a big one. All right. Lay it on me.
Okay, so it turns out that Brom von Walter, the man who orchestrated Schmitz's adoption, was actually his biological father all along.
What?
Yeah.
So he was a Walter this whole time.
He was a Walter raised as a Gaybolg.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That's crazy. So imagine Schmitz, he grows up thinking he's a Gaybolg, right? Pledging loyalty to this family.
To this family that's not his blood.
And then bam, he finds out it was all a lie.
Yeah. A lie constructed by his own father.
I mean, that must messed him up.
You can imagine the psychological impact.
Yeah.
I mean, talk about an identity crisis.
That's huge.
Yeah.
So how does this revelation affect him?
Well, the text suggests that Schmitz was deeply affected by this.
Okay.
He starts to see the Gaybolgs
Yeah.
as these manipulators.
Okay.
He feels like they used him,
Right.
and he develops this intense resentment towards them.
And at the same time, he feels this pull towards the Walters.
Exactly. He wants to elevate his true bloodline,
This true family.
the family that he never knew.
Whoa.
So it's not just personal, this is political.
Oh, yeah, because he's the king.
Right. And he starts making decisions
Yeah.
based on this newfound loyalty to the Walters.
So what does he do?
Well, he starts promoting members of the Walter family to positions of power,
Okay.
whether they're qualified or not.
That doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. He's putting family first.
And what about the Gaybolgs?
Well, they're not happy about this.
I could imagine.
There's definitely some tension there. Some of the more powerful Gaybolgs start voicing their opposition.
So now he's creating enemies within his own court.
He is.
And remember, he's already isolated.
Oh, yeah. He's pushing away anyone who disagrees with him.
Right.
It's a dangerous game he's playing.
Very dangerous. And then things escalate even further right.
They do.
What happened?
Schmitz decides to expel the entire Lugenberg family.
The Lugenbergs.
Yeah, they're another royal family.
Okay.
They have ties to the Gaybolgs.
So he's basically declaring war on the Gaybolgs.
It's a pretty bold move.
It's a power move, for sure. He's showing them who's boss.
Yeah.
But it's also incredibly risky.
Very risky. He's alienating a lot of powerful people.
So he's paranoid.
Right.
He's isolated.
Right.
He's making enemies
And he's obsessed with his legacy.
with leaving his mark on the world.
Exactly. And that's where Glass Time comes in.
Glassheim, his grand palace.
Yeah, this massive opulent talus that he builds.
So tell me about Glassheim. What's the significance of this place?
Well, on the surface, it's this, symbol of Schmitz's power and wealth.
Okay.
It's 3 times larger than the existing palace in
sure.
Prontera.
So it's huge.
It's massive.
A statement.
A statement, but it also represents his growing detachment from reality.
Right.
I mean, the construction of Glassheim required a ton of resources.
So he's basically bankrupting the kingdom to build this palace.
Well, he's increasing taxes.
Yeah.
He's forcing people into labor.
Wow.
And the people are not happy.
So Glassheim becomes a symbol of his tyranny.
Yeah, it's this physical manifestation of his warped priorities.
Right.
He's so focused on his own glory
Right.
that he's completely ignoring the needs of his people.
And it's within the walls of this palace
Right.
that we witness the darkest chapter of Schmitz's reign.
And that's what we'll talk about.
Okay. In the next part of our deep dive. All right, so stay tuned because things are about to get really dark. So we're talking about the darkest chapter of Schmitz's reign. What happened?
Well, this is where Schmitz's story takes a really, really dark turn.
Okay.
The text suggests that he becomes obsessed with achieving immortality.
Immortality.
Yeah, like he actually believed that he could live forever.
Wow. So this isn't just about leaving a legacy anymore. This is about
This is about cheating death,
cheating death.
conquering death. He wanted to rule forever.
So how did he try to do this?
He delved into some pretty dark occult practices.
Okay, so we're talking sacrifices.
Sacrifices, rituals, all sorts of things.
And what? To who?
To demonic entities.
Demons.
Yeah, he was making deals with demons, trying to obtain eternal life.
And did it work?
No, not exactly. Instead of achieving immortality, Schmitz's body became warped and mutated by the demonic magic.
So he basically became a monster.
Yeah, a monster in pursuit of power.
Wow. So what happened? How did his reign end?
Well, his actions ultimately led to his downfall.
Okay.
The people had suffered under his tyranny for long enough.
Right. They were tired of the taxes, the forced labor.
Yeah, and his increasingly erratic behavior.
Right.
So they rebelled.
They rebelled against him.
They did.
Who led the rebellion?
His own cousin, Grenholm von Gaybolg.
Grenholm.
Yeah, the irony, right?
It's like full circle.
Yeah, he was raised by the Gaybolgs.
Right.
Turned against them when he found out he was a Walter.
Yeah.
And now a Gaybolg is leading the rebellion against him.
That's wild. So what was the rebellion like?
It was pretty brutal.
Okay.
It was a huge battle at Glasstime.
Oh, so those demons that he had summoned.
Yeah, they became his protectors.
They fought for him?
They did. It was like a scene out of hell.
Wow. And who won?
Grenholm's forces were victorious.
Okay.
They defeated the demons and captured Schmitz.
So that's it, right? Schmitz is defeated. The rebellion succeeds. The kingdom is saved.
Not quite.
What do you mean?
Schmitz disappears.
He disappears.
Vanishes.
Oh.
The texts aren't entirely clear, but they suggest that he used some kind of demonic power.
Okay.
Maybe something he learned during his occult experiments.
Right.
To conceal himself within a mirror in his chambers.
A mirror.
Yeah, a mirror.
So he's trapped in a mirror.
It seems that way.
Wow. That's both bizarre and oddly fitting.
Right.
A king obsessed with his own image,
Yeah.
ultimately trapped within a reflection of himself. So what happened to the kingdom?
Well, with Schmitz gone, Grenholm became the new king.
Okay.
And he did his best to restore order to the kingdom.
So happy ending.
As happy as it could be after all that chaos.
Right. Well, this has been a wild ride.
It has.
Schmitz von Walter. What a story.
A cautionary tale.
It is. It's a reminder that power can corrupt
Absolutely.
and that even the most promising rulers can fall prey to its temptations.
It's a story that we can all learn from.
Absolutely. Well, thank you for joining us on this deep dive into the life and reign of Schmitz von Walter.
It was my pleasure.
And until next time, keep exploring, keep questioning, and keep diving deep.